Hello, we're going to have more books reading with Mimi. Mimi story time. I'm going to start with a few books today, and our first one is called Thomas and the Birthday Party. This is Thomas, the steam engine. Okay. It's your driver's birthday on Saturday, said Percy. What's a birthday? Asked Thomas. It's the day when you get a year older. Someone has a birthday coming up this week. Little Miss Bella Sue. Thomas asked the fireman about the driver's birthday. His wife baked him a cake, the fireman said. I wish I could see it, said Thomas. Let's give the driver a party at the station, said Toby. Then we can all see the cake, said Percy. The fireman went to ask the station master. The station master agreed. The engines were very happy. But just 2 days before the birthday party, the controller sent Thomas away. Thomas was sent to the big station to help out in the yard. He was very upset. He wanted to go to the party. At the big station, Thomas worked hard all day. He was looking forward to going home that evening, but the controller did not send Thomas home. He was needed to shunt trucks again the next day. Thomas had to spend the night in the engine shed at the big station. He could not go to sleep that night. The driver will miss his party, he thought sadly. See how sad he is. The next day, the controller came. Well done, Thomas, he said. You have been working very hard. I'm pleased with you. Thank you, sir, said Thomas. But when can I go home? Don't worry, Thomas. I know all about your secret, said the controller. We will get you home in time. Saturday came and everyone began to get ready for the party. The station master put up a sign saying, Happy birthday! The porters decorated the engine shed and their children blew up the balloons. At 5 o'clock, everything was ready. But when Thomas came home that evening, there was no sign of a party. I think he was very sad. The shed doors were closed and everywhere was silent. What happened? Asked Thomas. The driver was just getting down from the cab when he saw his wife at the shed door. She was carrying a big box. She took it into the shed and put it on the table. The driver's wife took the lid off the box. Thomas whistled loudly. The cake looks just like me, he said. See the cake? Ooh, over here. The cake looks just like Thomas. Everyone sang happy birthday around the cake. It looks so too good to cut, the driver said, but he did. We see that? That is a cake. The children climbed into the carriage for the party. The driver said it was the nicest birthday he'd ever had. Thomas was happy too. All right, I have another book that has Thomas in it. So let's find another one with Thomas. This one is called Thomas the Helpful Engine. One morning, the controller came to Tidmouth Sheds with important news. The diesel engine is coming to our railroad, he boomed. His name is Dennis. And Thomas, added the controller, you've been working very hard today. Today you can have the day off. Thomas was very pleased. First, I will have a long washdown, cuffed Thomas cheerfully. I think he means he's going to wash his train. Dennis watched Thomas biff and bump the trucks into line. All done, puffed Thomas. It was hard work. When he had finished, he was very tired. Thank you, Thomas, said Dennis, as he watched Thomas chuff away. Dennis wasn't cheerful at all. He didn't want to deliver his trucks of tiles. Just then, Thomas puffed into view, looking shiny and clean. Dennis had an idea. He wouldn't ask Thomas to help him again. Help, help, Dennis called weakly. I don't know how to get to the schoolhouse. Don't worry, Dennis, said Thomas, slowing down. I'll show you the way. Sounds like he's tricking him. Dennis smiled. His trick had worked. Thomas showed Dennis the way to the junction and whooshed away. Dennis had wanted Thomas to take his trucks for him. Suddenly, Dennis had another idea, a very naughty idea. He blasted his horn again and again and again. Thomas heard the noise and raced back. So he was tricking him again. Not very nice. Help, cried Dennis. I'm overheating. Will you have to shunt these trucks for me? Thomas knew it was his day off, but he still wanted to help. Don't worry, puffed Thomas. I'll find another engine to help you on my way to Bluff's Cove. And Thomas hurried away. Dennis was cross. He uncoupled himself from the trucks. Now another engine will have to take them, he thought. Well, Thomas arrived at a signal. Percy had some important news. The workmen are waiting for Dennis to bring the tiles to repair the school roof. The children can't go to school until it's mended, grumbled Percy. And no one knows where Dennis is. I do, wheezed Thomas. He's broken down. I must go back to help him. Thomas found Dennis wheeled deep in a muddy ditch. I thought you broke down at the junction, huffed Thomas. And where are the trucks? Dennis looked very shamefaced. He felt bad for what he had done. I tricked you, said Dennis quietly. There was nothing wrong with me at the junction. I didn't want to pull those heavy trucks. I'm really a lazy engine, sniffed Dennis. See, it's always good to tell the truth. Thomas found out. Dennis's wheels wobbled, his diesel oil dripped, and he had a very, very long face. Thomas decided to help one more time. I'll pull you back onto the tracks, puffed Thomas. Then I'll be your back engine. That way, you'll get the tiles to the schoolhouse really quickly. Dennis smiled his biggest smile ever. Thank you, Thomas, he said. A little later, Dennis and Thomas pulled into the schoolhouse station. The controller was very cross with Dennis. I'm sorry, said Dennis. He felt terrible. Thomas has shown me that being a really useful engine is much better than being a really lazy one, wheezed Dennis. The controller was pleased when Dennis said sorry, and Thomas wasn't cross anymore. The end. That's the train station. All right, do we want one more Thomas book? I have one more Thomas book. Just a minute. One more Thomas book. Maybe we'll do The Little Engine That Could. This one is called The Little Engine That Could. I don't know that it's really Thomas, but it's another train book. There was a little railroad train with loads and loads of toys that started out to find a home with little girls and boys. As that little railroad train began to move along, the little engine up front was heard to sing this song. Choo-choo, 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 I feel so good today. Oh, hear the track, oh, clickety-clack, I'll go on my merry way. That is a happy, happy little train. The little train went rousing on so fast it seemed to fly until it reached a mountain that went almost to the sky. The little engine moaned and groaned and huffed and puffed away, but halfway to the top it just gave up and seemed to say, I can't go on. I can't go on. I'm weary as can be. I can't go on. I can't go on. This job is not for me. He seems so tired and sad. The toys got out to push, but all in vain, alas. Alack, and a great big engine came a-whistling down the track. They asked if it would kindly pull them up the mountainside, but with a high and mighty sneer, it scornfully replied, Don't bother me, don't bother me. To pull the likes of you, don't bother me, don't bother me. I've better things to do. They're not very nice. The toys all started crying 'cause that engine was so mean. And then there came another one, the smallest ever seen. And then it seemed that she could hardly pull herself along. She hitched on to the front, and as she pulled, she sang this song. I think I can, I think I can, I think I have a plan. And I can do most anything if I only think I can. So I think she's having nicer thoughts about it, huh? And up that great big mountain with the cars all full of toys, and as soon as they reached the waiting arms of the little girls and boys. And though that ends the story, it will do you lots of good to take a lesson from the little engine that could. Just think you can, just think you can, and have that understood, and very soon you'll start to say, I always knew I could. I knew I could. I think I can. I knew I could. I think I can. And look at how happy everybody is. And that is The Little Engine That Could. All right, that's going to be it for our train books today. Bye.